Thought process on whether or not to put in Justin Herbert towards the end of this game and when?
Yeah, that we were kind of in that weird zone, 3-score game, whatever, a fumbled snap or something that could go awry. Obviously, if we had our pick, we would have got him in there earlier, but that didn't happen, and so just got him in there for the cameo there at the end, the little curtain call.
At the tape yet? What were your first impressions of the 4-3? Did you think it was successful at all? Still some kinks to work out?
Sometimes we were in 3-4. Sometimes we, didn't. I thought again operationally we just didn't get gapped out all the time, and led to some of the big runs with the fly sweep action and the power. There's a lot of moving parts there that certainly other teams will do against us going forward, and so we'll get that ironed out. Most of that again is very, very simple on the chalkboard, simple on the tape to look at and understand what's going on. It's not just, hey, this guy got physically outmatched, something like that.
Brady Hoke talked about how going into this game, he would know if the defensive line had a good game, if they got pressure, hold, contain. How do you feel like those guys did with so many new faces starting and in the rotation?
Very difficult to answer without watching the tape. I think at times when we got to the quarterback, some of it was zone pressure, some of it was additional rushers. You'd love to be able to get there with 3 and 4 and those types of things. I think we're capable of that as guys. A guy like Jalen Jelks or some of these other guys that have put pressure on the quarterback in the past are very capable of doing that in the future.
Do you come away encouraged or maybe a bit discouraged being
Both.
This team practiced well?
Both. I think you have to, right? In any situation, there's a bunch of stuff that we did great. Our punt operation. I don't think we gave up a yard in the return game, which is our goal. Is 0 yards. Hang on, let me check myself. That's correct. And a bunch of those things, but then you turn the ball over on special teams, which is the exact opposite of an impact play that we want to make. We went into this game with some high hopes of the return game and having a couple touchdowns, which we're almost there, but almost isn't good enough. So, yeah, across the board, there's good and bad in everything.
It's super easy to overreact when a guy has, a couple catches for a decent amount of yards, but Johnny Munt today had probably as many yards as he's had the last 2 years combined. Is that just something that we can chalk up to a one-off game, or is he going to be kind of more involved in?
Johnny had by far his best fall camp of his career this camp, and that's one of those things you just never know what the lightning in the bottle moment is for a guy of his senior year. I don't know. That's where we try to get those guys to think urgency from the beginning of their career. But he's had a spectacular fall camp, and going forward, hopefully he'll be able to be involved in a big way.